It's the Big 3 here in the Big D. It's the playoffs. Rashad McCants. A little Game of Thrones action mask he's got going on here tonight at the American Airlines Center. Trilogy, they were the defending champions, taking on the Killer 3's here at the AAC. Look at the standings. These two teams playing for fifth. A little financial incentive as well. Trilogy and the Killer 3's both come in at 3-5 on the season. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. So financial incentive, fifth seed, Killer 3's. Trilogy won it all last season, went unbeaten. What happened this season?
Well, I mean, some injuries. Kenyon Martin really didn't play. Al Harrington was out, but teams reloaded, got better, prepared to beat Trilogy. So the camaraderie, the consistency wasn't there. So give credit to a lot of other teams. But again, Killer 3's had some wins, some losses. These teams have pride. They want to finish in fifth place. A little money, a little spending change for the summer. It's all good.
Let's take a look at the rosters for both of these squads. For the Killer 3's, Steven Jackson. Everything runs through him. Allen Anderson, Ron Artest. Their head coach is Charles Oakley. And for Trilogy, the defending champs, Al Harrington, Derek Byers, Rashad McCants, their head coach, Rick Mahorn, the pride of Hampton University. Chauncey Billups, inactive, but one of the captains for the Killer 3's. It's Trilogy in red. Rashad McCants for three. In and out. Ron Artest with the board. He'll go right at Al Harrington. And Artest.
Thank you.
And he didn't clear it. I don't think did he clear it?
No, and here's on the replay, we see the end of it. Both feet have to clear outside the three-point line. But how about this matchup? Al Harrington, physical, tough inside, playing against a tough, physical defender. That should be a great matchup for us to watch this evening.
Yeah, that's two bulls going at it. Al Harrington backs him down.
A lot of beef down there in the lane. But the thing they can do well, both have the ability on the perimeter, albeit maybe not the quickest, but tricky enough with the basketball and the footwork to get to the basket.
Harrington missed the free throw. Of course, in the Big 3, you shoot one to make two. First team at 25, we go to the half. Steven Jackson loses it. James White. Rashad McCants shot is blocked. And Harrington can't get the foul.
Let's go. Set the pick, Ron. Go off hard. Go off.
That shot is short.
Stay down, Ron.
Trilogy's won two straight.
Drop down.
Here's James White for three.
Good shot.
Well, I mean, it's just like you play in the league. Injuries do have an effect on the consistency and how teams play. The rotation and not having Kenyon Martin fully healthy and also Al Harrington at times really set this team back.
Harrington, fade away. Tough shot, knocks it down.
Yeah, real tough shot. I mean, that's the shot here on our test. You want Al to take. Falling away on the baseline, not a room to work with. Side of the basket, but sometimes great players make great players.
How about that? Nice little drop pass to Ron Artest.
Got to talk on that.
Come on, you got to call it
Talk on that one.
Down, spin.
Watch the
Ron
back of
Artest did a
the
good
head.
job of contesting, not fouling, but just better offense that time by Al Harrington.
Here's Allen Anderson for three. Yes.
Hey, Jack, make White two jump shots.
3-2.
And Al Harrington coming off a 16.9 rebound game last week, knocked down some threes.
Make him
See
take
Flight.
jump shots.
James White getting into the lane.
James White knocks it down. 1 point lead for Trilogy.
Get Mike James going in. By yourself.
All day.
Wide open three for Allen Anderson as he gets bumped by Al Harrington.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
When Mike James getting in the game?
Let's see at the end right
Mike
here.
James,
Oh,
when you getting in the game?
Knock it down.
Al Harrington just ran right into him. Tried to avoid him.
Sit there and shut up.
I love the gamesmanship going on between the head coaches and their players.
Well, can you imagine those two back in the day when they used to bump some bodies, when it was real physical and they allowed plays to go? We're talking about the no layup rule.
Box out. Let's
And
go.
I felt the blunt of both of those before. You know, and it wasn't nice. I can tell you that now.
Get in there. Good shots.
Anderson knocks down the free throws.
Out on that last shot. He does it every time.
And it's the killer threes with a 2-point lead.
Allen, get off. Get off. Get off.
What you want?
Stay.
Here's Harrington. They're going to call a foul on the shot.
Well, that little hesitation on the block. When Allen spent to the baseline, it was really quick, but it throws his defender. Able to throw his body into him, create the contact, and got rewarded by getting to the free throw line.
Harrington knocks down the free throws.
Need to stop right now.
You know, Charles Oakley and Rick Mahorn had a brawl in '88. When Oakley was a member of the Bulls.
Right?
There you go, Jack. There you go.
Stephen Jackson going hard to the hole. Stephen Jackson will go to the line. Saw him in the gym, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I don't stop for him, bro. Let me tell you something. I see him in studio at Fox before he may go on like Undisputed or Speak for Yourself or whatever. And he's telling me about the day before or what he's doing that afternoon, which is going up to UCLA and still playing with the young guys that are in the league. A place where you got 3 courts of NBA college players, but also overseas folks. Stephen Jackson, and he's putting in his work still. So it's no surprise to me that you see Stephen Jackson still putting that work in the day before the game in the weight room.
The killer threes now with a 4-point lead.
Shot
McCants now. Al Harrington working on Artest. Spin. And kick out to James White for 3. The roll's no good. And here's Stephen Action Jackson for 3. Yes, count it.
Timeout.
Rick Mahorn's going to call a timeout. The killer threes are stinging Trilogy right now on a 7-0 run. Thanks to Action Jackson. It's the Big 3. We're in the Big D here on Fox. Welcome back to Dallas inside the American Airlines Center. It's the Big 3 here on Fox. And it's the playoffs after this game. Number 1 seed Power taking on Tri-State. The 2 seed, 3-headed monsters taking on 3's Company. Let's go back to the locker rooms, though. Here's our Michael Rappaport.
All right, this is Michael Rappaport. I have unprecedented access with the shirtless Amari Stoudemire. The next time you see me interviewing Amari Stoudemire, I too will be shirtless, and I will put this man to shame. Listen, you guys, big game, playoff ramifications. This is the playoffs.
It is.
Are you hyped for this game?
I am, man. It's a very important game for us. It's a big game. Power's playing well, so it's going to be a tough battle out there.
Now, if you win, you get to play for the championship. Back at the crib, New York is going to be hyped to see you. What does that mean to you to get a chance to play in New York again?
That's the key. We get the win tonight, then we go to New York for next Friday in front of the fans of, the Knicks fans and everyone there in New York. It'll be a great atmosphere for me.
All right. Unprecedented access with Amari Stoudemire. Next time you see me talking to him, I too will have my shirt off. Fellas?
I don't know if we're ready for that at all. Even though we're on Fox. There's the founder, Ice Cube, next to his lovely wife. Right now, Killer 3's taking on the defending champions from last year, Trilogy. That one's stolen away by Ron Artest. And he gets the roll.
Well, Ron, one of the better defensive players, but he played early in his career. It wasn't the quickness, but it was a quick hand, the anticipation, how to beat a guy to a spot that made him such a tough defender.
Dion Glover knocks down that 3.
Let's get a stop.
15-9, first team to 25. We go to the half.
By yourself.
Here's Artest. The kick out to Anderson. That one's too strong. Talked about the defense, Jim.
Sometimes you don't have to be the quickest, but you got to be tricky with it. And that time, Ron Artest anticipated the dribble by James White with the left hand. Right here. Give me that. And then kind of hesitated because he could have took it straight up, but he stepped back. Now get a nice little jump shot.
Here's Derek Byers working on Mike James. Josh Powell, former Dallas Maverick, is checked in as well. Steven Jackson for 4. That's short.
Stay down. By yourself. Send it to him.
Byers. James White has it knocked away from his hands.
Yeah, James White a little frustrated. That's twice where he thought he had the lane to get to the basket. And again, it's that same side, that left side. That time, Steven Jackson taking a page out of Ron Artest's book and swiping it away.
Here's Byers looking at Mike James. He tried to use the height. Just bank it home. Jackson, pull up 3. In your eye.
Texas product, Port Arthur, not too far. Always shows out when he gets into Texas territory.
He's got 14. Glover wide open in the corner. And it rolls out, and James White missed the putback.
Red ball.
That's just pretty.
Look at those eyes. Focused, the release, the rotation. Easy money, baby.
Al Harrington is checked back in for Trilogy. They go to Glover. Deion Glover spins. Down on the block. Reverses it in.
Hey, Cat, can you play defense?
Here's Mike James with a 7-point lead. That's a break. Here's Derek Byers drives the baseline reverse.
By yourself.
Jackson now.
Good. Stay down.
Great defense that time by Byers.
5 on the shot clock. He's got a fade. Here's Josh Powell. Wide open for 3.
There you go.
They put a lid on that rim. 3 straight misses by the killer 3's.
Travel. Let it go.
Here's Steven Jackson now. 7-point lead for the killer 3's. They're going to call a quick timeout. Steven Jackson has been the man so far in the first half with 14 points, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, it's something when you come back into your home state. You put on a show, you know a lot of people, you feel comfortable in the environment. And Steven Jackson is always something we talk about his work ethic. So why wouldn't it pay off in the game? When you put in all that work, you want to put it on display.
Right to the basket.
Stack has been able to do that early in this first half.
Go through him.
Played 14 seasons in the NBA. Killer 3's and Trilogy both coming in at 3 and 5.
We got a lead.
Coached by Charles Oakley. Second season of the Big 3, second season of Killer 3's have missed the playoffs. The one thing that this doesn't show, though, no Chauncey Billups. Had they had Chauncey Billups, their floor general, their leader, you never know with the squad.
Well, it was the same thing that happened last year. When Chauncey kind of got into the rotation, this was a totally different team. That's not taking anything away from Mike James, but Chauncey is a different kind of player. He attracts attention. He sets up his players. They get easy baskets. Without having that component, they've struggled at times in their consistency in regards to scoring and running offense. Now, it'll be interesting, like we talked earlier, how do they retool this team and kind of get the playmakers to see? Again, you got to be timing the where the shot clock. Chauncey Billups, if the ball is in his hands on the court, he does that. How do they now build this team next year? This is the second year without picking up backup point guard.
4-point shot by Rashad McCants.
Come on, Zach.
Here's Jackson. Put it up, takes the bump.
What's the foul situation?
You can see how that 4-point shot can get you right back in it.
Let's go, let's go. You by yourself,
Shot
Shotty.
McCants, we've him knock it down before. And again, the slow rotation that time by Stack. Steven Jackson allowed McCants to get his feet set.
Byers and Josh Powell get tied up.
Question. Excuse me. Excuse me. Watch him wiping him out on there, okay? Because Powell ain't looking for that, close to nobody else. By yourself.
Go hard.
Watch his foot movement.
Coaching his trilogy squad. Quick drive there by Josh Powell, the former Dallas Maverick.
Patience that time.
Good pass.
Mike James utilizing the pick and roll to his advantage. And
Watch the pick.
Josh Powell able to brush the
He's moving.
screen.
As soon as he turned, he ain't set no
Slow
pick.
rotation over.
Thank you.
See if he can
Box out,
complete this
please.
three-point play.
I ain't never seen pick set like that.
Eyeball.
Completes the three-point play. And now the Killer Threes are just 4 points away from the half. Killer Threes will retain possession because they're in the bonus. Here's Mike James. Knocked away by Al Harrington.
5 seconds.
Watch there. 5 seconds.
Just 6 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock in the Big 3, just 14 seconds.
Let's go. Get the ball.
Watch there. 3, 2, 1. No
Here's
foul.
Steven Jackson. After an air ball, Harrington lays it right up in.
Well, tough
Hey,
situation
Shotty, I
that
need
time.
you.
That side, the left side of the court was so
foul.
crowded. Steven Jackson
No
couldn't
foul.
clear
By
space.
yourself.
All he had was that fallback three-point opportunity that ultimately gave him short.
Here's Mike James.
His teammate pushed him. His teammate pushed him, man.
Take another look here, Jim.
Are you
Well,
kidding me?
Trilogy is saying that
You're
his
not even
teammate
looking
pushed
at
him.
the play.
And right there, to see the contact with Powell into Harrington really caused the foul. But
How the
Mike
hell you
James
gonna
fell
foul something like
awkwardly
that?
right here
He
and
just
landed,
go in
and he
there.
grabbed his left knee.
Goes in there wild like that.
And right now he has it. Trainer's working on it.
The good thing is that they are bending.
A guy
But watch
can't
the
set a
land
pick.
right here, right there.
He all right. He don't know how to fall.
Huh?
He don't know how to fall.
You get to, you can't even say nothing to him.
A round of applause for Mike James.
Where you bringing him to?
He's a little limp. He's
Man,
got
bail him out. You're bailing him out.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, that fall, a lot of times the angle in which he hit, almost like a hyperextension. Hopefully that's all that it is, because we've seen it too often where you come down like that, then it
I like to know
results in
something. You're
sometimes
bailing him out.
ACL, MCL tear. Keep in mind, too, when you have those type of injuries, you can still walk away.
My
But
question to you is, they running in there and they
Hopefully it's
kicking their
just
legs and y'all calling that.
maybe a little
You better
hyperextension
than
and he
that.
can
Y'all,
come back.
y'all are a lot better than that.
here, Rick Mahorn working on those refs.
Yeah, they just getting started. Wait till the next two games.
Oh, boy.
My God.
Well, these guys are playing for
team foul.
to finish 5th in the league and a little financial incentive. The next game's playoffs.
Win or go home, baby. Win or go home. I tell you, and it's something about, it was something about when we played in the playoffs, the energy level in the arenas picked up.
Might as well keep giving the ball. You bail him
The
out with them
concentration or
dumb
the
shots.
game planning from the
By yourself.
coaches changed a little bit. It was more intense. You know, the practices were shorter but more intense. So I imagine we're going to see the same thing later this evening with the 4 teams playing for a possible championship berth.
Steven Jackson's
4
drive.
seconds.
His pass
1
knocked out of
second,
bounds
no
with just
foul.
1 second on the shot clock. Killer Threes. Allen Anderson. Open shot. Can't knock it down. And here's Rashad McCants. He'll pull from 3. Killer Threes just 2 points away from the half. They go to their best player, Steven Jackson. And he'll go to the line.
Stack.
Now that was a foul.
You know, it's always tough to guard a guy in the middle of the court because it's where you're going to get the help from. And that time when Al Harrington came over, it was just a little bit too late right there. Stack was already at the rim, and when he gave the hesitation, the pump fake, boom. You already got Byers in the air, then Al Harrington coming from the backside. So
The best
You want to try to squeeze
tonight.
the driving lanes as much as you can, but doing that in the middle of the floor opens up so many opportunities for the teammates that are spotted along the three-point line.
Steven Jackson sends this one to the half with 12 points in the first half. 12 points, 6 boards for Steven Jackson.
That's just how they
Ice Cube looks on as the Killer 3's with a first half lead of 25-17. 8-point lead they have over Trilogy.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's been because of the energy of Steven Jackson kind of setting the tone, and that's what you want your best player to do. You want your best player to really do that, and Steven in the first half didn't disappoint.
Big half for Steven Jackson. 12 points, 6 boards for Action Jackson and his squad. They've got an 8-point lead. We're just getting started. It's the playoffs. It's the Big 3 here on Fox.
Now, we got a good one here. The Killer 3's are up at halftime, 25-17 on Trilogy. This is for the 5th place game. Again, no playoff implications for them, but pride is on the line. And there was a game earlier on Facebook, as we do every week, between the Ball Hogs and the Ghost Ballers. For those of you that didn't get a chance to see it, let's take a look at some of the highlights that happened in that game. Starting here, you got a sick dunk by Childress. Been doing it big all day. He was so fun to watch, hyped up. And again, you know, there was no playoff implications for this team either, but they still threw it all out there. Nice jumper right there by Ricky Davis. West hits that 3. Ball Hogs able to finish it off. Owens with the layup. And what rarely happens, the 4-point shot to win the game. Ball Hogs win that one with a final of 50-35. Now, as we know, Michael Rappaport has unprecedented access. Luckily, he's doing this interview with his shirt on. But we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the night. Rapp, it's all yours, buddy.
All right, no playoff implications, but a lot of pride. This man has tons of pride. El Capitan, Steven Jackson, you're in a tough game here. What do you guys need to do to pull this out?
Well, we playing against the defending champs. Al Harrington's still tough to guard. Rashad McCants can get buckets easy. We got to try to finish, you know. It's all about how you finish. We didn't make the playoffs. We playing for pride. And we competing right now. We got a good league.
All right, how do you feel being back in your home state playing some ball?
I love being back in Texas, especially Dallas. You know, they fans hate me. I ruined their seasons a couple years with the Golden State and in San Antonio. But I love being back in Texas. The state showed me a lot of love. And we appreciate the love that Dallas is showing us.
All right, well, good luck, Captain. Jimmy?
All right, Mike, thank you very much. You know, Steven Jackson and Josh Powell, they combined for 17 of the Killer 3's 19 points in that first half.
Yeah, but Steven Jackson talked about the Dallas fans hating him, but these guys on Trilogy don't like him right now, not real fond of him because of that first half and him going at him again. Take advantage of turnovers, the easy dunk inside, little one-on-one, you leave me open, I'm gonna make you pay. Step behind the 3, once again, come on out and guard. If you're not, take those 3 as well. So a lot of pride from the Capitan, but let's see if they can continue with this momentum or if Trilogy makes an adjustment on how they guard Steven Jackson in the second half.
Killer 3's begin the second half up 8. Allen Anderson now with the rock. Left hand, banks it home.
Let's take your time.
Shotty, go by him. Let's go.
Jim Jackson, Brian Custer,
They're being
Let him shoot, Jack.
Carissa,
Oh,
Thompson, Michael Rappaport, all here at the American Airlines Center.
again. Let's go.
James White in the lane. The lead remains 8.
Watch the offensive foul.
Here's Allen Anderson now. They give to Artest. He'll pull. It's too strong.
Jack, move on, Jack, move on.
Here's Al Harrington now, working on Artest. The 3. James White working hard underneath.
Yeah, that time Steven Jackson didn't put a body on flight, James White. So James was able to tap it a couple times, get his body in between, and then quickly springed up and finished that one inside.
Jackson against White. Missed the first shot. Loose ball.
Good hustle, Al.
Al Harrington diving on the floor. Here's Rashad McCants.
Al, your help. Wait.
Thank you.
Oh, you can't call that.
Al Harrington will go to the line.
Smartly that time, give it back to Al. He hustled on the floor. So why not reward Al Harrington with the rocket right here, the rip through. The play they really don't call in the NBA anymore. You take it out on the side, but in the Big 3, the official, Al Harrington able to get to the line.
Is it a coaching box? I'm gonna get on this
Look at Rick Mahorn and Charles Oakley.
Lock out. Oh.
Stop ball.
Throw his eyeball. Come on, let's go. They on 6. We need to go up hard. Go up hard.
Shut up, man.
Here's Allen Anderson.
I can put my hands on him. Where can he set a pick at? They keep moving. He keeps moving.
Here, Rashad McCants trying to plead his case. And listen, you can hand check in this league. Here's Artest, knocked away. On Ron Artest, Al Harrington said it's a little late.
They said about time, but that time I think Rashad McCants may have overpassed. He had an opportunity for a layup on the other side. Just watch right here on the turnover. He had a layup right here.
Yeah.
But he gave it up. And ultimately, they got it through. But that may have been a little posturing by Rick Mahorn to get Al to the free throw line and get that foul call.
Knocks down the free throw. So now the lead is just 2, and Trilogy all of a sudden on an 8-0 run.
Well, you know this Trilogy team can score, especially when they're healthy. And these three on the court, they can all put it on the deck. Speaking about putting it on the deck, that time Steven Jackson just took it to the chest to James White. But Trilogy can beat you from the perimeter. And Killer 3's kind of laid back a little bit, not the same kind of energy that we saw from them in the first half. Hence, Trilogy right back in this game.
Here's Allen Anderson for 3. And the foul on Rashad McCants.
Every time he shoots the ball, he kicks his legs out. Allen Anderson don't shoot a regular shot, he kicks his legs out.
This is what you'll see right here what Rick Mahorn is talking about. Let's see how much he kicks his leg. He doesn't. I think Rick is getting posturing because the first time he said that, he didn't do it either. It just looks like it, but he didn't kick. It was just mismanagement on the checking the shot on McCants up top.
Man, you shut your ass up. Box out. Good, let's go.
I love the back and forth between
Charlie,
Mahorn
don't
and
play
Charles.
with him.
Well, that one was geared towards somebody to stand. So it wasn't Charles on that one.
Here's the reach in on Artest.
The same thing. Right there on the box, Al.
Bumping and grinding going on in that post.
Boy, these are the two most physical teams, I think, in the league. I mean, just pound for pound. You got guys that love contact. You initiate it offensively and defensively, which also makes it tough right here for officials. How much do you let go and what do you call? Because if not, you could be calling fouls every play.
Let's go.
And keep in mind, in this league, once you get a team in the bonus, the good thing is once you go to the line, you make your free throws. Hey, you retain possession, you get the ball again.
Well, the benefit of getting into the penalty early.
McCants hit a 4 earlier. That one rimmed out.
And in a game like this that's physical, to me, if I'm coaching, I'm saying drive the ball, pick up fouls, get into the penalty. Now that forces your opponent. They can't play as aggressively if they're in the penalty early.
Artest tried to work Harrington on the post. They go right back to that matchup now. Here's Harrington. Fades, knocks it down. The lead is just 2 now. Here comes Trilogy. Charles Oakley wants to put an end to the momentum. It's a battle in the post between the Killer 3's and the defending champs. It's the Big 3 here on Fox. Welcome back inside the American Airlines Center here in Dallas. It's the playoffs here on the Big 3. In fact, coming up, the #1 seed, Power, will be taking on the 4 seed, Tri-State, and our Michael Rappaport with Big Baby of power.
When I say I have unprecedented access, I have unprecedented access. Coach Nancy Lieberman is over there doing her thing. These guys, this is probably the most... The personality on this team is terrible. The only guy I like to talk to is Big Baby. Big Baby, how pumped up are you for this playoff game here in Dallas?
I'm pumped up. I'm really pumped up, like to the point where I think my head's about to pop off my head, so I'm trying to calm down and just get focused on the game.
Okay, but one question though. In all your years of playing in the NBA, have you ever seen somebody with unprecedented access like this?
No, you got the juice, buddy. You and me.
Big Baby says, I got the juice, fellas. I got the juice. Good luck, baby.
All right.
We're whispering. It's so unprecedented. We are actually in here whispering.
You know what?
Yeah.
And their head coach, Nancy Lieberman's going to kick you out of that locker room, Mike. And you know that, right?
Hey, Brian, talk about this emphasizes like that move right there by Ron Artest. It's more physical, and now you're more intimate. And I think that's what Rappaport was looking for. The intimacy in the locker room. Unprecedented.
You guys are nuts. Ron Artest laid that one in. The lead is 4 for the Killer 3's. Al Harrington's had Trilogy's last 6 points.
You know how Rap threw everybody else under the bus? He said, I don't like interviewing anybody else on this team except Big Baby.
Right, exactly.
See, that's why people don't like it.
How about that? Rashad McCants putting the Killer 3's in the spin cycle.
And quick move to reverse. But that's the beauty. If you do that spin move right and come out and explode, you're right at the rim.
So what am I supposed to do?
There's a reach in by Al
What
Harrington.
does he has to do?
Oh, here it is. Bump,
What does he
spin.
have to do?
Maybe a little extra step in there, but
Sorry now,
official
let's
don't
go.
call it. They got it.
Box out.
Gans with 6 points for Trilogy.
No foul.
That's knocked away by Allen Anderson. And you can see they are trying to get the ball in the post to Harrington.
Get it in.
Just live at the foul line. Here's Harrington.
Holding him.
Oh, how about the little forearm shove
I got
by
it.
Al Harrington with the drive? Well, listen, watch right here.
Time out.
That's get off me.
Now, that's bully basketball right there. Now, you can't be mad when the official call it. And that time, Al, who normally might justify a call, argue a call, that time didn't really say anything.
What the hell's going on? That's the same thing. Call it.
Can I use this? I'm going to give it to Rick Mahal. Can I give it to Rick Mahal?
Look at Charles Oakley. Look at Charles Oakley. Look what he's giving him. Look what he's giving him. Look at him in a sippy cup. Let's stop crying about fouls.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the same call.
Baby boy, like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I want my cup.
Right? Exactly. Hey, get that camera out of my
That's the
face.
same damn call. I don't care what you say. If it's a big man or a
Oh,
little
my
man,
goodness.
if he drops his shoulder, what did no call on him? Same damn foul.
You all right?
Rick Mahorn's on 10 right now. His team is down 2. First team to 50 wins this game. You got to win by 2. Al Harrington's been getting it done for Trilogy thus far.
Well, I mean, when healthy, he's the best that does it. I mean, and you know, this year has been a little bit tougher because not only do you have one knee issue, but both knees had some issues, so that affects how you spring off and explode. And if you can't explode, guess what? You end up shooting the ball a little bit shorter. You can't finish at the rim as you're accustomed to, so
Make it reach.
it really hampered, I thought, the
There you go.
performance
You can't guard.
of Al Harrington for the most part of this season.
Usually
Get ready.
Allen Anderson
Back up.
settles for the jump shot, but that's a good drive.
No foul, Ron.
Lead
You all
is
right?
4.
Jack. Go, Jack. Go,
Here's
Jack.
Al Harrington spin. Lays it in.
It's all ball. It's okay.
That's a grown man move there by buckets.
Get back. The thing about Al, though,
Take the
you know,
pick, take the
call may
pick.
not go his
Pop
way, but
that.
then he comes right back at you. And he forces the
stay.
official to either call it or not call it.
Jack, get ready,
That
Jack.
time he was able to finish.
Gans misses that 3.
Yeah. Shoot, shoot.
Gives Allen Anderson a little push.
Yeah, but we saw this a lot last year, the isolation with Al Harrington, and he feels the body of Ron Artest. And then, again, it's all about feeling. Okay, you give it to me on my left, on my right side, I'm going to spin to the baseline, just setting you up in order to get the shot that you ultimately want.
Anderson
Get in there.
at the foul line.
Our ball, let's go.
Knocks down the free throw. Lead is 4 again for
No
the Killer
foul.
Threes. Again, both of these teams playing for to finish 5th in the league and get a little financial incentive as well.
Get it, Jack.
Back heel of the rim,
yeah.
and Al
Go
Harrington
ball.
loses it out of bounds.
Mop the floor.
Let's see the hustle
DB,
right here.
you
Al
ready?
just couldn't get it, but
Good
once
shot.
again, second time we seen Al on the floor. That time he just couldn't save it, keep it in play.
Derek Byers will check in for Trilogy. Rashad McCants will have a seat.
Go on, Shotty.
4-point
No
lead for
foul.
those Killer Threes. They'll go right to Steven Jackson. Artest.
There you go. There you go.
And the reach in on Al Harrington.
Well, Ron got hit with the spin move. But guess what? Al overplayed and anticipated the drive to the right, and smartly, Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta World Peace, a.k.a.
Ron Artest now. Yeah, he dropped Meta World Peace 2 weeks ago.
But he said he just dropped it for
No, it ain't a damn ball.
the Big 3
Damn
league.
ball.
Right.
Foul.
So this is only temporary.
Right.
You know, you can do that when you Ron Artest,
Get up,
a.k.a. Meta.
There's the three. It's missed by Anderson.
There you
Banks it
go.
home.
There you go.
And now the lead is ballooned to 8
Help.
for the Killer Threes.
By
It's a game of runs,
Ron,
right?
Ron,
We're
squeeze
seeing
in.
both teams kind of
Good D.
go on runs.
Good D. That's all he missed.
Harrington missed that 3. James White had it, lost it.
Sweet potato.
Put it down Harrington.
There you go.
And then it's Allen Anderson laying it in. And the Killer Threes now 9 points away from victory.
And that's when the coach says, just pick it up. Don't try to dribble the ball. Just pick it up, regain possession. That time right here, a hot potato, tough shot, scrapes the backboard. James White, nope. Al Harrington, nope. Meta, nope. James, nope. Allen Anderson, yeah.
8-0 run for the Killer Threes. And look at that split by Steven Jackson.
That hurt me, bro. Oh, that hurt me. I do Pilates, and bro,
Jack,
that
get
hurt.
over him. He can't shoot.
Thank goodness he worked out this morning.
Yeah, you can't shoot. Jack, squeeze in,
I go
Ron.
spot you.
Squeeze in.
You so extra.
That was just, yeah, so what? You know what? I deserve it. I deserve to be a little extra. Got a little steam room, whirlpool. Worked out some kinks massage. You know, it was a spa day.
Squeeze
Too
in,
much
stay
golfing,
down.
huh? Too much, man. You know, I was thinking about getting a mani-pedi, but you know,
Keep going at him. Gotta keep going at him.
couldn't do it. Didn't have enough time. So
It's my partner, folks, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. It's my partner.
I earned the right to be able to do that.
Here's Derek Byers. He's earned the right to shoot these free throws.
Block out.
Shooting 1 for 2.
Oh.
Got it.
Let me ask you a question.
Same thing.
Foul.
Go right by him, DB.
Real nice.
Jack, squeeze in. Squeeze in.
Softly.
I got one. Hold up.
Why you call me out
I
about that?
just asked you a question. I didn't call you out. I didn't say you were wrong. I got one too.
Yeah, but the
Here's
people
mine, but I'm not eating mine because I'm professional.
all the same, the people who listen to the game, they didn't know I was eating a pretzel until you said something.
Well, I'm professional. See, you were eating during the broadcast.
See this guy
I'll
here?
wait until a
Look at this
timeout.
guy. He's got no
But
cool.
this dude just eat and do whatever, man. Because he got unprecedented access. He don't have unprecedented access to free pretzels. Here, oh wait, he's a little fat boy too, because he has the pizza early. You see the pizza? Yeah.
Derek Byers missed badly. And Steven Jackson lays it in. Lead is 8.
Yeah, Rick Mahorn that time was complaining a little bit that the ball touched the rim.
Oh, the Euro step, and Derek Byers couldn't finish.
Man, baby. $20 move, $10 shot, brother.
Here's Steven Jackson now. 5 on the shot clock. Drive. Pulls up. It's short. But there's Josh Powell. And Steven Jackson. Maverick. Back home, lays it in. And the Killer 3's now 5 points away from victory.
Yeah, but guess who kept it alive? It was Steven Jackson, knowing the shot was short. Not able to gain any rebound for himself, tipped it to his teammate.
Here's James White, the bank. Yes, it's open here in Dallas.
But can Trilogy get the stops needed in order to really get back in this game? Remember, you got to win by 2. So they can get back in and force this and extend this game, but they got to get stops. Along with capitalizing on the offensive end.
Steven Jackson, that 3 too strong.
I would think that Killer 3's you just want to drive.
Here's James White. He heard you.
Keep going. Al, you ready?
Here's the play I was talking about, Steven Jackson. A little short right here, but look, the tip. Teammate. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the last possession. Tough, long shot by Steven Jackson. What you want to do, instead of just shooting a jump shot unless you're wide open, you want to drive it. Because that's how you can get back in the game. Get the penalty, get a free throw, you knock it in as 2 points, then you retain possession. So now you're able to capitalize off of that. You don't want to bail them out by taking long contested shots.
Here's Allen Anderson. For 3, in and out. Byers. He slams it on the baseline.
I got it.
And it's a technical foul on Derek Byers.
The emotions are running high. Again, you say, well, he's not on the line as 5th place. Well, you can't tell these guys that.
He went into foul on Josh Powell.
Yeah, he did, but he got to keep it cool right here because now you're giving Killer 3's, who's 5 point away from winning the game now, an easy opportunity at the free throw line.
So Steven Jackson will go to the line for 1 for 2. Because they're in the bonus, they'll retain possession if he can knock it down. Hits that with the technical. And so now with a 3, the Killer 3's can win this basketball game. Here's Steven Jackson. In the lane, yes. 1 point away from victory.
No foul.
Go by him, please.
Stand on your back.
Jackson's got 20.
No foul.
Here's James White for 4. Count it.
No foul. We in the motor. Take him, Jack. Foul.
8-point lead. Jackson for the win. Steven Jackson is short.
No foul, Jack.
Let's make him that flight. Let's make him.
Let's go back to that 4-point shot. James White able to let it go. Now, after that possession, too, on the defensive side, you see another angle of it. Charles Oakley is telling his team, don't foul. And the reason why he's saying that, okay, if they score, that's okay. We'll get the possession back. We don't want to give them opportunities to get to the free throw line.
It does matter. It does matter. That's what you've been doing all damn year.
Here Rick Mahorn complaining about the foul. James White knocks down the free throws. 6-point lead, but Trilogy retains it. They're in the bonus.
What are y'all doing? What you reaching for?
Al Harrington now will go to the line.
I'm sorry,
he was fouled trying to set that pick.
Yeah, but it's a lot of frustration on both sides. I mean, from Trilogy's perspective with the officials, from Killer 3's and Charles Oakley saying, why are we bailing them out in foul?
Because look, now all of a sudden Trilogy has climbed back in it. The lead is just 4.
Yeah, now see, Trilogy right here, they score. You got to win by 2. I'm telling you, game is not over.
Open 3 for Byers. Rolls out. Harrington got followed. 10-0 run for Trilogy. The lead is 2.
Well, here we go. We talked about a game of runs. It's Trilogy right now closing the gap, down by 2. Can they get the defensive stop they need without committing a foul?
Killer 3's can win it with a bucket. Allen and the drive. Derek Myers grabs him.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That's a shoot foul. No, it ain't.
And let's see, Derek Myers wants it on the floor. But still, the ball was not put down by Anderson afterwards, so it was a continuation. Doesn't matter if you got him on the floor right there. He was starting his active shooting or in the drive, in the process of driving.
He's not shooting. I fouled him when he was on the ground.
Okay, we'll see then.
So here's Allen Anderson. He can win it at the line. He's got 16. Make it 18, and the game is over. The Killer 3's will finish 5th. Allen Anderson, 18 points, 12 of them came in the second half. And the Killer 3's did a nice little financial incentive, a little bonus, some extra money in their pocket.
Little bragging rights too, but isn't this just a microcosm of what we've seen from Trilogy all year?
Yeah.
The inconsistency part of it, not the same impact on the game. Again, there's a lot of factors involved in why that happened, but Killer 3's able to finish out this year, even though they struggle, finish in 5th place.